The Lolo Body Bar by Barmaids is an addictive and oh so decadent head-to-toe moisturizer made with all natural skin-loving butters and oils. This amazing bar is most definitely one item that belongs in every fiber artist's stash. Working with yarns and fibers can be so rewarding even while it steals your moisture and leaves you raw. Lolo by Barmaids is luxurious, creamy, smooth, and so good for your skin. It's easy to use, and there's never any leftover residue that could destroy your latest masterpiece. Protect and soothe your capable, beautiful, creative hands. Trust me, just try the Lolo Bar. The results speak for themselves.
Hi, and welcome to Knitting Blooms. Today is April 7th, and this is episode number 50. And you will notice that my security dude has changed. Steve could not appear with us today because I could not give him a definite time of when I was going to podcast. I have 1,001 things to do between now and Wednesday morning when I leave for Knit-topia. And I just started doing them this morning, and he had errands to run and things to do. I think right now he's watching a hockey game. So instead, I come down and find my, I was caught on my coffee. I got a new dress form. And I come down and find my dress form dressed as security. So, this is my security staff for today. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who got in contact with me this week. I was probably slow at responding because I've been busy this week. Just trying to finalize everything for Knit-topia, get all of the directories printed up. Then yesterday at work, my computer, well, it wasn't really my computer's fault. It was my fault because I was trying to reinstall Sims on my Mac computer, and everything that I've learned about the Mac since I had it was if you want to uninstall software or a program, all you do is drag it from the applications screen or window or whatever to the trash and empty the trash. Well, I tried that and it got stuck, and it just would not empty this last item. It was the one Sims, the main Sims application. Wouldn't empty out of the trash. Needless to say, I spent probably 3 hours on the phone with Apple, with them trying different things and trying to figure out what the deal was. Finally, we forced it to be deleted. I don't know, some crazy thing that they did in Terminal that I would never be able to reproduce if I wanted to. Needless to say, that took all of Friday. And the reason that I wanted to reinstall Sims is because I haven't played in a while, and I was pretty much caught up on my knitting for hire. I have one more knitting for hire, the beaded beret, that I have not started yet, and that is because she didn't send me enough beads for the size medium, which is the size that she wanted. So I had an email into her waiting to hear if she wanted me to do the size small or if she wanted me to skip the beads altogether. So I had a little bit of free time yesterday at work that I could have knit, or in this case, play Sims, which is kind of what I wanted to do. Sims is kind of like a game that is like a downtime game. It's just fun to play. Funny things happen, and it's just kind of relaxing for me. I don't have to do too much thinking unless I really want to control my Sims, which sometimes I tend to do. But yeah, I haven't played in months. I think probably since either January or December. Long time. Anyway, so I finally got that all taken care of, although they're still recommending that I reinstall Lion, which is my operating system, which I haven't decided if I'm going to do before I leave for Knit-topia or wait till I come back, because I've had other issues with the computer. I've been on the phone with Apple about 4 times this week with 3 different issues. And most of it's not really, like, I've been trying to figure out how to export my video in HD, and for whatever reason I can't, and I don't know, we're trying to figure out if it's the file size or if it's something to do with the computer or what exactly. That is still yet to be figured out, but I have rescheduled that appointment because I'm not so concerned about that right now. I'd like to be able to export in a higher quality than I am, but right now that's way down on the to-do list. So, what else? Knit-topia. I leave in, 4 days? 4 days. I am going up on Wednesday with a couple of people who have volunteered to help tote everything up there because I have a lot of stuff. Between goodie bags and door prizes and my own stuff, my car is going to be packed with just my things. And then there's the everything else. So a couple of people have volunteered to help load it up in their cars and take it up on Wednesday. And then we are going to put the goodie bags together once we get there. In the past, we've put them together before we got there, but it takes up a lot more room to do it that way. So we're going to try it this way, see if that works. But at Knit-topia, there is not going to be internet Wi-Fi in the cabin. So I might be pretty much MIA for the entire time at Knit-topia. I am hoping to record some short videos that I can, export and, run up the street to the local Wi-Fi or whatever. I also have set up a YouTube channel because I've tried to do some short videos on my phone and I can't export to Blip. At least I haven't been able to figure it out yet. So I set up a YouTube channel in hopes that I can export from my phone to a YouTube. I haven't actually done that yet, so I'm hoping that in the next couple of days I can do a trial run to see if that works, and then hopefully be able to provide you quick updates that way. We don't have 3G at the cabin, or very sparse internet or cellular service. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to upload from my phone anyway. So I'm going to try a couple different things, and hopefully you will have some sort of video update while I'm gone. And if not, then you'll get a lump sum when I get back. I will probably still do each individual depending on how long they are, or maybe I'll bunch them together to have one upload when I get back. We'll just have to wait and see, because this is the first year that I've gone to Knit-topia that I had a podcast, because last year at Knit-topia I was trying to determine if I was going to start a podcast. I mentioned last week that May is not only my podiversary month, but also my birthday month. So I will be posting a thread in the group for some prize drawings. I thought about this week, and originally it was going to be 4 separate threads for drawings on 4 separate weeks. However, that's a lot of extra stuff in the group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post one thread with 4 questions, and it's going to be one thread, so each week I will draw from those, from that same thread. So the longer that you are in the thread, the more chances you'll have to win, because I will start drawing the first week in May and draw probably 2 or 3 prizes each week for the whole month of May. So, and you don't necessarily have to answer all the questions, you know, answer what you'd like or what have you. I hope to have that posted. In fact, I know that I will have that posted in the thread before, or in the group before I leave for Knit-topia, to give you guys a chance to post in that thread before the beginning of May, because I'll be back. I won't get back from Knit-topia till the 23rd, and pretty much I probably, or actually I get back on the 22nd, but I probably won't even get a chance to even look at the internet until late in the day on the 23rd, and even still it might be the 24th before I get a chance. So I'm going to keep going with stuff that's not showing you anything. The March Madness Challenge, I had the drawing last week, but there was a little bit of confusion about when the cutoff time was and what have you, so I opened the thread back up again last Saturday and allowed people to post in the thread, to finish their project and post in the thread, and I was going to do another drawing this week. Now, only a couple people posted in the thread that had not already posted in the thread, but I'm still going to give away 2 patterns this week. And what I did was, one of the people last week that won actually got their number drawn, but because they didn't have their finished project, one of those people did post their project, so I just automatically let them be the winner because their number was drawn last week, and only to be fair because they did have their number drawn last week. So, and that person was number 59, M. Minky, Melissa. She's actually a friend of mine, and she started the challenge a little bit late because she came to club and didn't understand what it was, and then at club she wanted me to pick her yarn for her. And Melissa, you really impressed me this week, or this month, because I didn't know, you sometimes you want to get your projects done, but then you get a little distracted. So congratulations on getting that completed. The mitts and the hat are gorgeous. Oh, in fact, I have it here to show you. I forgot that I pulled it up on the iPad, both of the winners. Hang on just a second. So, this is what Melissa did. She had, it was, oh, I thought I knew the yarn, but that's what she did. She did the mitts and a hat. So, congratulations, Melissa. You win a pattern on Ravelry. Oops. And I already know that from last week, she said she was a week behind on the podcast, and she's one of the people that is going up to Knit-topia early with me on Wednesday, so she might not even get a chance to watch the podcast until later. So maybe I'll give her a hint to download it to her phone or something before she leaves. And the second winner was number 26, photokitty, and this is Kelly, and she has her own podcast called Purple photokitty. And that's what she did. She did that shawl, and here's her yarn. It had some sparkle in it, and it was gorgeous and yummy. She actually, you see that she had some pink in there. She added a second skein to make the yarn go further, and I think she did a fabulous job on that scarf. So congratulations, Kelly and Melissa, for winning the March Madness Challenge, and both of you have won a pattern from Ravelry of $10 or less. So get in contact with me. Hopefully I think Kelly watches the show pretty quick after I post, so hopefully she'll be able to see the podcast and get in contact with me before I leave for Knit-topia. That's kind of why I decided to do the patterns rather than ship something, because I can get it out quickly. Also, which I didn't pull up on my iPad, I want to mention again the featured designer for this week, and is running for at least another week, possibly 2, depending on when I get a chance to draw the winner. And that is Kimberlolly. And there is still a thread in the group for you to post to if you would like to win one of Kimberlolly's patterns. And here is a quick look again of the patterns that she has in her Ravelry shop. And she had gifted me this pattern, which is the Blue Ivy. I'm getting a lot of reflection today. It's the Blue Ivy shawl that she has created, and that is gorgeous. And I do hope to make that sometime soon, but I have lots of projects on my to-do list. So I don't know how soon that's going to be, but it will be maybe this year. Maybe. We'll see. So again, Kimberlolly is the featured designer this week. Post in the thread on the group to get a chance to win one of her patterns. There's going to be 2 patterns. She's going to gift one and I'm going to gift one. So keeping with the same theme of not showing you any knitting, I think this is going to be a fairly quick show, and that's fine because I have so much to do. I still have to finish organizing the prizes. I forgot to do the itinerary for the directory, so I have to still do that. I just decided that I was going to do a raffle, so I got to make up some raffle sheets. It's endless. And tomorrow's Easter. I'm hoping I can get out of Easter dinner. I know that's bad, but I have too much stuff to do. I don't have time to be spending a few hours just eating. Anyway, so barmaids. Again, if you haven't already purchased your barmaids, get over to their site and try them out. I'm telling you, you are absolutely going to love the product. And this week's winner of the $15 off your order is number 46, and her Ravelry name is Kelly Ann, and that's Kelly from Chicago. So congratulations, you are the winner of this week's $15 off coupon. And I will be setting up a new thread in the group, but it's going to be a while until the next drawing. It's either going to be the week of the 21st or the week of the 28th. If I decide to produce a podcast like at Knit-topia, I call it camp. It's Knit-topia, but when I talk about it to my husband and stuff, we call it camp. I used to do scrapbooking retreats, and we used to call it camp. Anyway, if I decide to do a podcast at the retreat, I will probably announce the winner on that podcast. However, usually things that happen at the retreat are kind of spur of the moment. So, if I forget, it'll be the next week. So the thread will stay open for that entire time, from today until whenever I remember to draw the number, which will either be the weekend, one of the weekends that I'm at camp, or the first weekend that I'm back from Knit-topia, which would be the 28th. It's not going to go on forever. It's just going to go for the next couple of weeks, because the next couple of weeks are going to be crazy podcast schedules, because it's not going to be a regular thing. Again, I'm going to try and post something, but I don't know how I'll be able to do that. So, and I was going to talk about the April and May cow, but I already packed my yarn. I guess I could still talk about it. I have already started packing. Actually, I started packing last weekend. And I'm still packing. Every day it seems like more stuff goes in, but then every day I look at my stuff and I'm like, I don't really need to take all of this. You know, I was going to take my fiber study, and I was going to take all 24 little ounce things, and I'm like, there's no possible way I'm going to be able to get all of these spun up, and I wasn't even planning on trying to get all 24 of them spun up. I was thinking I would spin up 1 or 2, so really, I only need to take 1 or 2. What am I thinking? I don't need to take a whole big bin that isn't even going to get touched. So earlier this week I pulled out a couple that I thought I would want to spin. Not my favorite fibers, like I didn't take out Polworth or Merino or Alpaca, because those will be fun to spin, and if I take something that I don't think I'll like to spin and spin it while I'm at the retreat, I might have more motivation to finish it. So things have gone into my travel bags, and then they've come out of my travel bags because I have gotten more realistic. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the April and May cow. So it started. I haven't started knitting it, but a lot of people have started socks. The Effervesce, I think it's Effervesce socks. It seems like a lot of people are knitting them, and they seem to be a fairly fast knit. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to go through my stash and pick some yarn before I leave to possibly start some of those while I'm gone. But I already have a number of projects on my list that I'm taking with me. Let me just pull out my list of projects that I'm taking with me to Knit-topia. Last year, I think I took 12 plus projects, and half of those projects never got touched. So let's see my project list. I'm going to take my my yarn for Pamua. I think that's how you say it. That is the pattern that I'm doing for the April May cow. I'm also taking some yarn for a sweater that I am planning on knitting for Rhinebeck, and let me just see if I can quickly bring up the PDF. I imported the PDF to my iPad so that it was all ready for me when I get up there, and I can start setting it up. Open PDF. This is the sweater that I'm planning on knitting for Rhinebeck, and there's the name at the top, which I don't know how to pronounce. So that's the sweater, and I am knitting it in the yarn that's called for in the pattern, which is Debbie Bliss Dongle Chunky Tweed. So it's a chunky yarn. It's calling for a size 10 needle. That's a big needle for me. So hopefully that project will go quick. It's a lot of seed stitch and some cables, and I'm not sure if the cables are on the back or not. But doesn't really matter. I think I've seen people do the cables on the back too. Actually, I haven't even really read the pattern. But I have the book that pattern is in, and all I did was scan it and import it into PDF. And I also imported a bunch of other projects that I'm planning on working on at Knit-topia, which are the felted slippers. My husband is complaining that he has no slippers. He has one pair, and the other pair has huge holes in them, and he's refusing to wear them. So I pulled out my kind of like leftover bin with like colors that he might like, and I said, which bin do you want? He had the choice of reds, blues, and purples, or more earthy tones where they're orange, maroon, that sort of thing. So he picked the orange maroon stuff, and I pulled out enough yarn to knit slippers for him in his size. They're going to be kind of Frankenstein socks, or Frankenstein slippers, but he doesn't care. He just wants slippers. He wears through them so quickly. I also have a bunch of dishcloth cotton stashed in my to-go bag for some dishcloths for me and possibly to leave at the cabin. I am also still working on my log cabin snuggle, but I might be able to cross that one off my list this weekend because I have just 2 more blocks and then the border. I might be able to cross that off my list before I leave, but we'll see. And then I'm taking some yarn for the preemie caps, and I'm taking the fornicating reindeer hat for my husband's friend at the hardware store, and then spinning. I'm taking my Giggle Jelly as well as my Fat Cat fiber. So I have a lot of stuff that I'm taking with me. Yeah, a lot of stuff. I'm sure that some of that stuff will not get touched. We're also doing some make and take demos that I might participate in. Oh, I'm also taking my sock yarn blanket. So hopefully a lot of those things will get some progress, and I'll have lots of fun things to show you when I get back. If I ever get finished packing. Alright, let's talk about finished objects. I have the 2 Havens that I was working on. This is the medium. These are the 2 knitting for hires. I didn't block these. I feel bad about not blocking them, but you know what? I didn't have the space to block them. But it's a cute little crop sweater for girls. I think the large is for like a 12, 14. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick on my iPad. I can't remember what size the large was, but I want to say it was like a 12, 14. Yeah, 12, 13. Oh, it's 12 to 13 years is the medium, which is this one. And then the small is 10 to 11 years. So it's just a little crop sweater for a little girl. So they were both very, very quick, very easy to knit. Obviously, I got them both done fairly quickly. So those are ready to ship. Like I said before, I still have the beaded beret to do, but I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to take that with me to Knit-topia. I'm not going to try and hurry up and rush to get it done, because you know what? I think I'm going to need some downtime of knitting before I get there, because my hands are going to be worn out. So those are the only finished objects I have this week. But I'm just glad that all that knitting for hire is done, other than the beaded beret, which I think will go very quickly. This one is not going to be as hard on my hands as the cashmere beret, because the cashmere beret was such a dense fabric that it was really hard on my hands. But this one is with koi goo, and I really like koi goo. I have never knit with it before, so, and I don't even have it over here to show you the yarn. But I have never knit with koi goo, and I'm excited to try it. I just knit up the swatch yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday that I knit the swatch up. And I really enjoyed knitting the swatch, so I'm excited about working on that project. Okay, so let's look at what else I worked on this week. I worked on my Peonies socks for a little bit. Let's see what I've got. I guess more than a little bit. This is where I was last week on this sock, I think. Let me double check. Nope. Uh-oh. Majorly losing some stitches. Majorly. Okay. I guess I didn't knit on this project as much as I thought I did. Hang tight. But I don't think I was at that space. I can't remember. Maybe I was. Yeah, I must have been, because I think it was this sock that I worked on at the movie theater, and I got this much done from the movie theater. This was the week before. I didn't work on this sock this week. What did I do? Here we go again with the yarn all everywhere. I took this somewhere with me last weekend. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that this is all new from this week. Because this one I was right at the heel last week, and I've knit up this much on the leg this week. So that's quite a few stripes. Seven full stripes, and I'm considering all of the pink one stripe. So that's pretty good, and I'm going to go ahead and move my marker up right now so I don't forget to move it up and wonder, did I move my marker last week? Because I do, every time after the podcast, I try and remember to immediately move it if I pick that particular project up and start working on it. I still love this yarn, and I did notice that Laurel had some in her shop, but I fell down this week again. Loop had an update for the completely arbitrary and twisted, or twisted and arbitrary group, and I had to go over there and buy some bats, because number one, I've never had any loop bats, and number two, the colors were gorgeous. I happened to Sharon160, who was one of the winners last week. Yep, she won the barmaid's drawing last week. She contacted me for her coupon code, and she's, you know, the enabler that she is, she said, oh, by the way, Loop is the featured dyer for this month, and I haven't been keeping up on the group because I've been so busy, and she was getting ready to post the spoiler pictures. And so I think it was Sunday night. Why am I even bothering unwinding this? Sunday night, I think the pictures were posted, and then the update was, I think, on Tuesday. And I freaked my husband out when I checked out the spoiler pictures and screamed, and my husband was in the kitchen, and he came running, was, you know, wondering what happened and why was I screaming, and he thought it was the cat. And so he's like, don't do that. I'm like, well, the pictures, look at these. And he's like, what are they? I was excited. He thought I was nuts. Anyway, so I got two loop bats coming because I had to order both of them. Both of them were absolutely gorgeous, and I couldn't make up my mind. I was thinking about ordering one this month and then one the next month and then ordering the coordinating colors, but I didn't do that. I ordered both of the color bats this month, and then if I decide to do the coordinating bats, I will order those next month. So I got two of those coming, which is awesome because, like I said, haven't had a loop bat before, so that's going to be fun. And there was another thing that I came across, and I can't even remember how I got there, but it's from Gnome Acres. I got onto their Etsy shop somehow, either from somebody's project page or something that somebody posted on the group. I don't even remember, but I got suckered into that too. So I ordered a couple of things from them as well. So when I finally did get over to, got hair in my mouth. When I finally did get over to Spinning Fates and realized that she had some of that base in her shop, I was like, I really shouldn't buy anything else because I already spent so much money on the loop and the other thing that I ordered. So, and I don't have those to show you because I just ordered them the last couple of days. So I'll have those to show you when I get back because they'll be a surprise when I get home. I mentioned also that I'm doing the Log Cabin Snuggle. It's basically the Log Cabin baby blanket, but I'm doing it for Snuggle. I didn't finish it in time for the prize drawing, but whatever, I'm still going to finish it. Here it is. I don't know if you can see all of it, but I still have one more block that I'm going to do. This block has, I'm doing 18 ridges. And I have 10, so I need 8 more ridges on this side, and then I have another block that'll be worked up this way that's also going to be 18 ridges, and I think that's how big I'm going to make it. I think it'll be somewhere between a medium and a large snuggle at that point, but I'm still going to put a border around it also. I think I'm going to put the border in the turquoise. It says to put the border in the color number 1, which is this color. But since I'm skipping block 9 and 10, I think I'm going to do it in the turquoise because I will only have one turquoise block on this blanket. Because the other block that is coming up will be in this like mint green color. So if all goes well, this will be complete this weekend, and I don't have to take it with me to Knit-topia because it's kind of getting big. It's not too bad, but it'll be nice to have it done. Hopefully it will get done. I finished yesterday. This was just yesterday that I did. I finished this block, this turquoise block. I think I was only a couple rows into it, so I finished this block, I cast on this block here, and then I cast on this block, and then I cast on this block. So I did all of that yesterday. So if I can do all of that in one day, I think I can finish up this block and then knit another block and then possibly get the border on. Maybe even get the border started tonight. But I still have a ton of stuff to do for Knit-topia, so if I get it done, that's fine. If not, no big deal, because I can always do it when I get there, but I can't do some of the other stuff that I need to do, like some cooking. I'm making like some snacks, some Quaker Oat square snacks, and some English toffee. You know, all the fun things that I like to eat. So I'm trying to get that stuff made. I was actually going to make it once I got there, but I think I'm just going to try and get it out of the way and make it before I leave. So I already have one batch of English toffee done. I need to make 2 or 3 more batches of that, and I need to make 3 more batches of the Quaker squares. Because I'm leaving some of each of those for my husband because he also likes them, and why should he have to suffer when I take everything with me? So, and if time permits, Steve and I are going to also make a batch of salsa, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, that's all the knitting I have. That's it. And I didn't spin at all this week. I did not even start my my second 4 ounces of the Giggle Jelly. Didn't even start it. My wheel has been sitting idle all week. Both wheels, actually. Actually, all 3. The e-spinner got no love either. So as soon as I'm done recording here, I'm going to start dismantling my IKEA chair so I can take that up there, because this wonderful, wonderful chair that I sit in is so comfortable, and it's a must-have for a week and a half long knitting retreat. Haven't watched any podcasts this week. Actually, I did watch one. The one podcast I watched was The Fat Squirrel Speaks. That's it. One night, I don't even remember what day it was. I came home and I had a drama-filled day dealing with family issues. And I came home and needed something to just chill and relax. And I watched The Fat Squirrel. So that was cool. But that's the only podcast I've watched this week. I've been trying to catch up on my regular shows because I've been getting behind on those because I've been watching podcasts. So I think that I'm probably going to watch whatever podcast I can watch between now and the time I leave, and not stress about not being able to watch them all, because really, I can't do it all. I know I'd like to think that I can, but can't. All the charity links are on the show notes. Nothing new that has come up this week. All the same charities are still there if you are interested in making donations or knitting preemie hats or what have you. And I haven't even had a chance to check iTunes to see if anybody has left us a new comment or star rating or anything. But if you're so inclined to hop on over to iTunes and do that, it would be much appreciated. I actually just signed up for the iTunes Match so that I can stream my library directly from the cloud to my phone and to the iPad. Just makes syncing and stuff like that so much easier, because I do keep my library on an external drive, and I don't have to worry about plugging it in all the time if I want to listen to something, I guess. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you. It looks like it's going to be a shorter show, but that's okay because I have a lot to do, and you might be getting little bits and little clips here and there all week from me on the YouTube channel. I'm going to try a little later to do a quick test run, and hopefully that will work and we can figure that out. So everybody have a great week. I will talk to you sometime. I'll be at Knit-topia, which is going to be awesome. I wish everybody could join me there, but you know, it's not always possible. If I had internet there, I would so have a VKN, but no internet. And I keep asking them if they're going to get it, and they're like, no. It's just too bad. I guess they're too far away from any cable or anything like that to have internet. And, I mean, technically, their cell service is minuscule out there, but, you know, it's kind of fun to get away and not have that technology connection sometimes. So anyway, have a great week, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or whatever it is, until the next time that I'm here chatting with you. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Hope your knitting blooms.